that's college hockey in today's climate, I guess, and it's good for the league though, because I think every team, like Tom Serratori said it, he felt like every team was gonna be better than a year ago. He said this in his experience with the CCHA. He anticipated it being the most competitive, strongest version of the league that he's been through. It's proving true. I think there's some teams that have played some really strong non-conference games. It's helped them prepare for the league. Now, as everyone's facing each other within the league, you're seeing close scores. There's been a few sweeps, which I anticipate more splits as the league moves through closer to Christmas. But it's everyone's first go-around with each other. So you're not as familiar. And chaos can happen, especially with some of the new coaches that are in the league. So we're looking forward to Ferris and again, a new opportunity and see what we get ourselves into.
With all that in mind about the parity of the parities that I go to, how important was it to get that home sweep in two really close games that
Yeah.
kind of like the weekend before, it could have gone either way?
And we have to expect more of that. And anytime you can take points in the lion's share of them at home, you have to get that job done because it is so hard to win on the road. Travel, venues, they have a home ice advantage. It's really tough to squeak out points on the road. Obviously, our record so far is strong at Midco. I think the crowd has been tremendous and behind us, something we've drawn from. And too, like we're on the road again, but then we come home for another league game, and every time we take the ice, especially at home, you have to put your best foot forward.
And as we've seen so often in hockey, the goalie makes a ton of difference. Yours is player of the month, but their goalie last weekend was.
Yeah, I thought both of them were very strong. I think Graham on Friday night, you've seen him set program records in a program that's been around for an awful long time, what he did out at UMass. He's very comfortable. He's aggressive. He's big, and he's meeting a lot of pucks. I felt like we had shot volume. I think there was some quality in there. I thought we made it a little easier than it needed to be with us not getting bodies in front of him on Friday. Conversely, I felt like they had shot volume, especially through the second on Saturday's matchup. But again, watching it back, they didn't have necessarily the quality within that volume that I would have anticipated them to have. That's a credit to our defensemen and just keeping guys out of Josh's face. But again, he made some big saves on Saturday. Our guy, I'm talking to keep our guys close and let them come to life in the third.
How big is that for a team that know they got that guy?
Well, it's huge, and it's a luxury to have, but it's a really hard way to live in the big scope. Some nights, you have to bail your goalie out. You guys have to kind of meet in the middle. There's only a handful of games every year where a goalie's going to steal it for you. You don't want to burn a bullet on a game where you should be building momentum through the weekend, where you've had the upper hand in possession and different things. Our start on Saturday was simply enough not being ready to go and on our toes, and I was extremely unhappy with the lapse through the second, and we put it on leadership in the team. There was nothing left for us as a staff to do, and to come out of it with a win in a third period that our guys responded with, that's really encouraging, because that was our group coming together and some voices in that room motivating, not the old staff that stands behind the bench and yells all night.
What do those conversations look like in the locker room?
I just think it's again, our group in the dynamic, I think, is we're pretty transparent with our guys. I think it's not unlike conversations that happen Monday through Thursday. But you always want to stay positive. You want to keep the good juju, I call it, going in the room, and I think that energy breeds better hockey. But there's the reminders and some serious conversations, uncomfortable ones that need to happen, and sometimes a coach can have them. Coach will push a button in game and line combinations, pairings, whatever it may be, but it means so much more coming from the team. we have new leadership. We have they're going through these moments for the first time where the head turns and they're the ones that the teammates are looking at for a response. It's their time. So for us to have a result and a reward after some guys maybe for the first time as Augustana Vikings have had to find a voice and try to lead some others. I think that's good, and there's going to be more of those in our future. But early on in the season, to see guys respond like that's really promising.
It's nice to see those guys respond, but then you also got a lot of production from your younger guys. How reassuring is that to see them respond to the new leadership that they have?
I think it's a credit. Again, it goes back to the leaders. You think of when these new guys arrived on campus and how they were welcomed to campus. Some teams there's a friction between upperclassmen and underclassmen. We've made it a point, and it was instilled through the year one team we had, that everyone has a voice. Everyone's an equal. Everyone can score a big goal or block the big shot. They feel appreciated. They have respect for the leadership group, and I think that shows when the leaders speak. Their peers and superiors, they want to do well for them, and that's important with the team for sure.
How about Ferris State coach? More Bob Daniels. What do you see from this team? Garrett Raboin gets Western in that first weekend. I know that was great for them.
And they did it. They earned that win. It was a team at Western who's big, strong, physical. They can skate. There's not many teams. You talk about their journey to the national championship. No one out-physicaled Western or out-checked or out-skated. Ferris may have been the first team they've seen in a calendar year that out-checked them. They out-skated them. They out-physicaled them. They have big players. They have strong players. They have older players, and they make ice really hard. But we've seen it a little bit. I think this is a greater version of that, where ice is hard to come by. You're going to get hit, and you're going to get hit hard. With that, they're comfortable in penalty kill situations. They're not afraid to take penalties playing on the edge. Our group's different. We like to skate. We like to find open ice. It's our challenge, again, as I said last week, is to honor the battle in the uncomfortable hockey that it takes to earn your open ice. When you get freedom to skate, you got to take it, and you got to make good on those chances. But there's going to be muddy moments. Guys are going to need some ice bags. But that's hockey, and we have to embrace it. And it's almost verbatim what I said last week. We have to find comfort in it as we move forward.
Going on the road too. I mean, obviously, the Bemidji was 2 weeks ago, and I know you guys weren't happy with the way you played on the road. But here you're going to Ferris. It's a place that you guys have had some trouble to. Split last year.
Yeah.
Just talking about the challenges. Playing in that rink in particular. I've talked to so many people that say it's one of the hardest rinks to play, and I know those corners are tough. But just playing in that rink, and then also just kind of what you're hoping to see from these guys on the road.
It's another chance at it. They've been to that rink, and we got walloped, I think, on a Friday last year. We only have one person in our program that's comfortable at Ferris State's rink, and that's Taylor Nelson, but he's a coach. Our guys have got to acclimate. They got to get excited about it. It's a cool barn to play in, to be honest. I think that would be a fun rink. The crowd's right on top of you. Yes, it's a long way away from home, but it's another chance for our guys to get better. It's another test. I think there's such a hunger. Yes, we appreciate practice, but there's a hunger to play and see how many guys can climb on board and join some guys that are leading the way for us.
Yeah, this is a Ferris team that's pretty good on the dot too.
Yeah.
What kind of strides did you see in the face-off circle? You talk so much about the wingers having to play their part in it as well. Did you see any of that on Saturday when you guys ended up being the face-off?
Okay. Very unhappy with Friday. Okay, and we opened our film with 10 clips, maybe 9 of face-offs. Every guy's responsibility on a draw, and everybody has one. When the puck is down on that Friday game, there was at least 10 in the first 2 periods that were 50-50 pucks, up for grabs, who's going to get them. Ferris won them all. And then you get the stats at the end of the night, and they've won 63% of their face-offs after a weekend in Bemidji where we saw them win, 67. So we address it, and we've talked about it. Now we've shown it while we come out of Saturday's game, and those same 10 pucks, they happen in almost every game. Our guys won most of them. And you look down at the stat, and you see 53.8 for Augustana, and that's one of our objectives. It's the first time we've achieved it all year. We've had 50, but our objective is 53% plus. If you win that, you got a good chance to win the game, and that's one of those 5. They got it done. As a coach, I was watching the game, and I was like, man, we're getting our butt whooped again. But we had winger help, and we ended up on the right side of it. So it's telling, if you got some buddies in the fight with you, how it can shape the statistics.